We were meeting for small group like we always do every week, and we had just got done with snacks and kind of the small talk, and right before we got into the lesson, one of our members, Matt Palamaki, he shared a real personal experience with us, and basically what had happened is he was taking his kids in to drop them off at Sunday school or kids small group, and when he was in there, the volunteer leader shared with him the fact that they just didn't have enough volunteers to really give like a full experience for the kids, and so they're kind of discussing those things, and Matt, he took it upon himself. He said, "Well, hey, I'm gonna step in here," and so Matt stayed, and he helped volunteer, and he helped to reach some of those kids and allow parents the opportunity to come in to experience what we're blessed to experience every Sunday here, and so he just kind of stepped up and filled that need where there was one.
Cool. And Chris, why don't you tell us what happened next?
Well, basically, we wanted to be solution-oriented. We have a really great group of people, and they tend to, when they see something where there's an opportunity, they want to jump in and solve it. So we started talking about what we could do to help as a small group, and even though many of us are already serving on Sundays and we're serving at other times throughout the week, we thought this would be really cool if as a group we could come in one Sunday a month and just kind of make a huge difference that one day. So we got to really talking about that and sharing ideas and just brainstorming about it. And it took over our whole small group that night. We abandoned the lesson and we just decided that we really wanted to tackle this as a small group and make a big difference.
Wow, so you threw out the curriculum and talked about kids ministry, right? Community groups out there, take note. That's a great tactic right there. So Byron, tell us the big picture about what happened and what came about from this experience in your community group.
Well, we kind of found some key issues that we needed to deal with, and for a lot of people, volunteering kind of comes down to lack of time, lack of confidence, and then just a lack of knowing what needs are needing to be met. And so for those hurdles, we discovered that we could meet those by having volunteers do one Sunday a month for a year, and then also to mentor one more person to come alongside them and to serve with them. And then the last part of that was making sure that the congregation knew that there was a need there where those needs were at. And so this concept became BOGO, which very simple is be one, grow one. And what that concept is that our small group is going to, or all the small groups, they're going to dedicate to one weekend a month for a year, and then they're going to find friends, family, whatever, that one other person to come alongside them to serve as well. And by doing that, we can meet the needs of the church and of the congregation. And the church is going to dedicate to making those needs known so that we can meet those and take that heads on.
So BOGO, Be One, Grow One, it's about a community group taking on at least once a month serving in kids ministry, but also inviting other people. We can easily see how that can explode right before our eyes, and we could have a waiting list of volunteers, which would be my dream come true. That would be awesome. And what we've done too is we said, okay, well, this applies to community groups, but could this also apply to families that serve together? So a family's BOGO'd, they commit, they invite people, and then they BOGO another family. Or what about individuals that are not in community groups? You can be BOGO too. As a matter of fact, everybody in this room, you've been BOGO'd, okay? Your life is now changed. So if you have any questions about what it's like serving in kids ministry, or you want to take on this challenge, you're like, hey, I've been BOGO'd, I'm ready to dive right in. You can text this person's cell phone number, which is, it's my number, at 931-802-3585. All you have to do is text your first and last name along with the campus that you attend. It's not like if you text me, you're making a lifelong commitment right there at all. That's just for us to connect.
I just want to say that if you've been thinking about serving for a while and you haven't made that move yet, I would encourage you to be brave. It's really made a big impact in our family. Even our 14-year-old is serving now, and it's really made a big difference for him. And I also would encourage you that not everybody feels confident or even feels like maybe that they have a place to serve. And so I would definitely encourage you to be observant and look around and reach out to people who you think have something to offer the church, because the reality is everybody here does have something to offer. And we need to make it personal, and we need to invite people along with us because they might be the person that would make the biggest difference.
You can imagine with BOGO, if one community group is BOGO'd, and let's say 8 to 10 people accept the challenge, and they decide to serve once a month, and then they bring in other people, well, potentially 20 people could come into kids ministry. And then if you think about individuals BOGO'd and families BOGO'd, this can be an exponential difference in the life of our church. Right now, every Sunday at Kenwood and Rossview all together, we minister to about over 400 kids. So we are a church on the move, and we're going to grow. And just think when we get to 800, being able to have enough adults to be able to love and invest in these kids to where we don't even bat an eye as we continue to grow. That's what I see in BOGO is an exponential growth, and I'm so thankful for everything that they've done and for their community group. It's just been an amazing experience. Well, check out this video that really encompasses the heart behind B1 Grow 1 BOGO. Thanks, guys.
My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing that my God can't do. Jesus wants to be my friend. God made me, he loves me so, and he's my friend forever. With all things impossible. One day I'm going to tell my story all by myself.